I have about maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes before I have to like get the very last of my things in my suitcase to go to Orlando for on stage. And I was hoping to get more videos done. I do have a couple done, but they're not posted yet. So I'm going to fly through a couple of these things to show you. And then hopefully I can post them while they're on the plane or from the hotel. Not from Disney the next 2 days, but I'm going to show you just a quick couple of things. I've turned my lights off. I'm going to try it this way. And then when I stamp, I'm going to turn my lights back on. First, I'm going to show you. You've seen this before. This is my girlfriend's card that she made. It's with the beautiful baubles, and it's beautiful. This was a camp card that then I made like it. So I just wanted to let you know that this video will be going up. I have recorded this one, so it's getting ready to go. It's all pretty and glistening, even with my lights not on. But if you've not noticed this stamp in the catalog, it's super, super pretty. And it makes gorgeous cards. So I don't want you to miss that. But this video was, or this card was one that we made at camp on Friday. And that video is done and it will go up. Then I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to take still pictures of these real quick. My daughter's on her way over, you know, when you share stuff with your daughter, especially some clothes. And she's got all the mouse ears, so she's bringing that. So I'm not quite finished packing because when she gets out of school, she's a teacher, then she's going to bring that stuff. So I have until she gets here to record. But this is some of the Snowflake Showcase cards swaps that I did with my demonstrator friends. So I'm going to just fly through these and let you just have a quick look. And then I'm actually going to demonstrate my swap. I'm going to do both of them. Hopefully I have 3 cards. I'm going to try to demonstrate just one in this video, but before I leave today so I can post them while I'm gone. But these are all super pretty. So they're all done with either 1 or 2 of the stamp sets that come in the products. And these are only available in November. Once November's gone, you'll not be able to buy the stamps or the dies or the velvet paper or the, I was seeing if she used them on this card, the snowflake trinkets, which I'm going to show you. I think that there's 1 or 2 of them on these cards. If one appears on a card, then I won't have to show them in the case to you, but otherwise I have the case of them laying here. But you can see there's 2 different stamp sets if you've not seen any of my demonstrations with the products. So one of them's more a Christmas themed. It has the tree and lots of snowflakes and some Christmas sayings. The other one's more year round, but they both work with the dies, which the dies are fabulous. They have snowflakes of all kinds and flowers and swirlies, and they're just tons of fun. And my card that I'm making today is only going to use the dies. I'm not going to use the stamps. So you can see, I have some very talented friends, so I have lots of fun cards. One thing I will tell you, we used the Stamparatus, which I am going to use on my card, at camp on Friday, and I cleaned all my stamps, but then I opened my Stamparatus here to use, and we used it with black ink on the buffalo check, and we're switching to red ink that I'm going to use now. So I was cleaning it, and you know, I tried to get my hands not dirty, but that was a lot of black ink. But they're a little dirty. Just what I want to do is rock up to the airport with hands that look like I just came out of I don't know what it looks like when you have black ink smeared all over your hands, but I know you've all been there. That one pretty. This one, this has a whole lot of the vanilla paper, and she ran it through the embossing folder. So if you've had the vanilla paper and you have not run it through your embossing folder, know that you can do that. It's with the 10-tile embossing folder and some really pretty rhinestones. That's a beautiful card. So I have a couple more to show you. I do have an online class, and registration was supposed to be the last day. It's a free class today, but I am going to extend it through Friday just because I didn't have any time. It was my husband's birthday over the weekend, trying to get ready for leaving. If you've watched my videos, I have been sick. I do feel a lot better today. My voice is 90% back, and my throat doesn't hurt as much. Hurts a little bit, but it feels a lot better. So on yesterday, finally, I had so much to do, but I took a nap. You know, sometimes you're like, you gotta just do what you gotta do. So instead of sending the reminder email out that today was the last day to sign up for the class, I slept. Because when you're your own boss, sometimes you can do that. So I'm just going to extend the class. If you have to buy the stamps and the dies, and then I tell you what color of ink. You don't even have to buy ink. I assume that most of you, if you have the Big Shot, would have the colors of ink. Here's one more project. This is with the Baker's Box. It's been embossed on the sides. So here are the 2 stamp sets that come in the Snowflake Showcase. This one's more of the Christmas one, and it's called Snow is Glistening. And I do have a video up that uses the stamps out of this. And I also have a video up with this one, and this is Happiness Surrounds. And that's the lesser Christmas of the 2. It's a more year-round set. And here are the Snowflake trinkets. You get a whole little vial of them. This is a new one. And they're metal trinkets. See if you can see them. And they have little rhinestones in the middle. They're super cute. In fact, I'm going to make some earrings out of mine. And then the velvet paper, which my velvet paper, I'm down to the very last of mine because I used it at camp. So my second project that I'm going to video after this one will use the velvet paper. So that comes all in them. This is the card. It also has velvet paper on it. This was my original card very first card I made with the Snowflake Showcase. I stamped it on the inside. So this is one of my trades that I based, or one of the cards I based my trade off. When we go to Stampin' Up! Events, we all make a bunch of cards and then we swap them. So we call it trades or swaps. But this one, if you look really closely, it was not a talking video. I actually made this video maybe an hour before we left for no, it was an hour before I made myself leave my office. Before we went to Orlando, less than 2 weeks ago. Well, not even, 8 days, I don't know. We've been home just a week, so. So I made this video, but it was not talking because I had to get it out. So the back piece of this one is the shimmer paper that's not Dazzling Diamonds. They changed the name. So it's the new shimmer paper. The second layer is a wood from the Wood Grain Snowflake. The next layer is the spruce from the Joyous Noel Glimmer paper. And then the top one is the white velvet paper that comes in this show. If you want to, there's a little bit of confusion. I've had some people ask, you don't have to buy all of the stuff. You can buy just the paper. So that is the vanilla paper. So this card is what I based it on. But that's a expensive trade for us. So I did swap these with my demonstrator friends, but I really liked the look. So I'm not going to show you all the steps just because it would take too long. So let me show you up here what I did first, and then I'll aim my, it's a real quick card because when you make a lot of them, I think I made maybe 50 of this one. This is white cardstock, and I filled my little shaker thing. Here's one. It's not the one I did, obviously, but I filled it with the white shimmer paint and alcohol, and then I just spritzed the whole thing to make my own shimmer cardstock. And it's just as beautiful as the shimmer cardstock that you buy, except that it's white. I like our shimmer cardstock because I like the color. And so then all the little leftover pieces, that's my top piece. So I have a bottom and a top. And then I did the same thing with the espresso cardstock. So you can see it's got a nice shimmer to it. And then I just have red. And then instead of this ribbon here, I just went to ribbon that I had a bunch of on hand. And that's kind of how I do my trades. When I run out of the supply of whatever it is. So this was how much I had left. And when I ran out of these ribbons, that's when my trades were done. So I'm going to aim my camera down. I'm going to turn on a light. Go Pacers. they play tonight, so I thought, you know, I'll travel in my Pacer gear. Aim this down. It's a real super quick card because that's what we go for when we do trades. So first, I did use my Stamparatus because it's great to go. And you know what? I cleaned the black off. Let me see if I left my red ink over here. I did not. So let me run and get my red ink pad. But when you do a trade, the idea is to get it to go, obviously, as fast as possible because you do need to make a lot of them. And you want it to have some kind of a system. So my original way I was doing it was I was using the Stamparatus for my trades regularly, like the regular way that you use it. But I found, because I didn't care if this card looked a little rustic, that it was actually better. This is what I did. I just ended up using this as my base for my, and you know, with this, once it has some ink, now watch me get a bunch of red ink, and the airline people are gonna think that I've really been into some fun activities today before we went to the airport. I picked some really good colors here, didn't I? For pre-flight. That might not be on there the best, but it's going to be on there the best for before I fly. So instead of doing it this way, I just went ahead and I just did it this way. And once it had a lot of ink on it, every time I inked it, you didn't have to ink as much. I'm just going to use this piece because it's not really going to show on the, this is the espresso. And then that was crumb cake. But the Stamparatus makes a nice big sturdy background for the background stamp for the buffalo check. Then when we were doing these at camp the other night, some of the girls, this was another camp card, some of them liked it where it was more rustic, which is kind of the way I like it. Let me try to be careful not to get any more ink on my hands than I need to. So there you go. So see, it's kind of, if you did it this way and you wanted it to be more of a solid coverage, then you could ink it again or you could press harder, but I'm good with it. And then to clean that, you can see mine has a little bit of ink because I haven't cleaned it because I don't want to get any more ink on it. When I get home from Orlando, I will address that. I'll get home and I will have forgotten that that needs to be like that. So I'm just going to take this. And then what I did was I had a lot of this burlap ribbon. So I wanted my things to be kind of flat, you know, because they stack up. So when you have a lot of them, you don't want them to be super stacky. So I cut this like that, laid this here. This is the ribbon that's in the catalog, the two-tone red. I was kind of going for a gingerbread look with this one. With this one, I was going kind of for the plaid look that's big this past couple of years for Christmas. This one, I was going more for like a gingerbread house look, which is why then I pulled in my very favorite ribbon, which is the tulle. And then this was a quick way, I just did it while I was watching TV. To tie my ribbon. So I just laid those two on there like that, and then I just took this. And actually, if you get one of my trades, if you're watching and you get one of my trades, you may think, well, mine doesn't have any red ribbon because I ran out of red ribbon before I ran out of the other two. So some of them just have the tulle, but they're just as cute. I just saved one piece so I could do one for the video, but I did run out of red ribbon, probably 10 before I ran out of the everything else. And you know, when you're all said and done, you're like, oh, I could have cut some of those shorter. It's not an exact science. Maybe for math girls it is. I'm not a math girl. So then I just had all my ribbons like that, and you can see they lay pretty flat. So then I just took, I used fuse, but my fuse is packed to take with me, because they tell us what to bring, and I'm traveling with 4 of my friends, and I said, oh, I've already packed it. So I was responsible, well, not responsible, I said that I'd packed it, so then I went ahead and threw my extras in there too, so all of the fuse I had laying here is now packed. So then you just put enough right here that it's gonna hold this, pop that around there. And then I will tell you, my husband was so sweet. He, I just stacked up all these colors of snowflakes matching with their dies, and as he would watch TV, as he watched like Formula One racing and stuff, he just ran them all through the Big Shot. Except the first time he didn't listen to me. I told him to roll them back and forth, flip them upside down, and roll them back one more time. And he thought that was a waste of time. So I came out one day and he was poking them all with the poker. And I said, "You skipped that last step, didn't you?" And he said he did. And I said, "I have been doing this for a minute, so you should listen to me." So from then on, he followed my advice, because I would always much rather spend my time with one more roll of the Big Shot than poking all of the little things out, which everybody's Big Shot works a little different, so yours might not do that. So just lay these on here. And I just squirted my whole sheets of this, and then I just laid one on there and got how big they needed to be, and then I just kind of, so if you were doing these for Christmas cards, because then you just kind of use that for a template. I know there's another one over there and I can't see it. Where did I put it? There it is. So if you are a demonstrator and you are going to Orlando and you have swaps, my girlfriends and I, we have a demonstrator Facebook group that we do online stuff together, but we are setting up a Instagram page where you can go post your online swap. And if you're not a demonstrator and you just want to see all the swaps everybody makes, because obviously there's going to be about 7,000 girls in Orlando, and we can't, nobody's going, well, maybe a crazy person made 7,000 swaps, but I would venture a guess that not many people made 7,000, but it will be a way for us to all see each other's swaps without having to actually swap with each other. So I will post that link, or the name of it. It's, I didn't do it, Tanya made it. It's at Friends to Stamp is the name of it. Our Facebook group is Creating and Sharing the Life You Love, but the Instagram has a shorter name. So see, just by rolling that a couple more times, especially because I was talking, they're gonna fall out much easier than having to poke. And I would rather roll than poke. So I'll just pull these out. I'm probably talking a little fast. You know, when you've had one of those days where you have to, we got up this morning and you know, you have a list of things you have to do, and I think I'm in a pretty good place. I'm a last day packer. When I was young, I traveled a lot. We still travel a fair bit. But when I was young, I hated to feel, because when you travel a lot, if you packed ahead of time, I felt like I lived out of a suitcase. And I didn't want to live out of a suitcase. I always packed the day I left. And so I still do that. So I knew I had to pack this morning. But then I got up, and my husband forgot to tell us that it was annual enrollment for insurance, which is always fun, and it will be over by the time I get back. So we had to do that, which then took up part of my morning, and then I had some other like doctor's insurance things that came up. So I ended up spending a lot of time on the phone. And you know, when I was in my 20s and I waited to the last second to pack, a lot of times you didn't have grown-up issues that would get in your day. Although I do remember once in our 20s, my husband ran up to the store to get something. I don't even remember what, but we were supposed to leave for the airport. I think maybe to come back here. We lived in Australia. And he didn't come and didn't come and didn't come. And I'm like, where is he? But he'd gotten a ticket. He did a U-turn, which in Australia, I don't know. I don't think you can do them anywhere. I don't have my pokey thing here, because I literally just threw the stuff on the table that I had been using last for making the swaps, which had kind of gotten moved because I'd finished my swaps before camp. Well, stages of them. So there you go. See, those poked out really easy. So just roll them a couple more times, and then you won't spend all your time poking. And your Big Shot may be different. So just get a feel. I have two different Big Shots, and one's a little more persnickety than the other. And after camp, I wasn't sure which one was laying here. then I just layered these up, and I wish you could see how sparkly they are with the shimmer that I sprayed on them. It's super pretty. My original one here is all stacked, so there's height to it, but I wasn't going to do that for my trades. But it's still just as pretty. So there you go. So if you want to do my online class, all you have to do is buy the stamps and the dies. You go to my website, all of the details are there, and then it gets you access to the 3 videos that will have the projects. They won't post until I'm home, but I also send you the cardstock and the ribbon and whatever to make the 3 projects, and then you just follow along. So I also, closing on Friday will be my Winter Woods class. And here are the projects for the Winter Woods class. I'm going to go ahead and show them to you. And it's the same thing. With the Winter Woods, you do have to buy a couple of stamp pads. But these are the 3 projects that are the Winter Woods, because that does close on Friday. The Snowflake Showcase, it's a tongue twister. I have a short opening time for it because it's while supplies last, and I don't want people to order it and then me not be able to get it. So get it now or don't. And this is the Winter Woods. So if you buy this stuff for the Winter Woods, then these are the 3 cards that you will make. I have the video instructions. You just follow along, and you get all of these supplies. This is why I have so much burlap ribbon from this class. So those are those. So that's all I have. I'm going to turn this off now so I can go clean all this off. And if you, I don't know, maybe I won't show myself because my pacer shirt's kind of obvious. So if I keep showing myself, you got people that don't listen to me all are gonna be like, that girl just wears a pacer shirt all the dang time. So maybe I'll see some of you in Orlando. Have a great day. Bye.